What I'm about to share now, you don't use it for doing evangelism. You don't do evangelism with it. Why you don't do evangelism with it is because it's very expensive. And the evangelical team with Pastor Manuela and the group, they will arrange with doctor tomorrow in the morning to join doctor to do publicity with the leftover hand bill in the morning. When doctor is announcing, doctor, you didn't come with your announcer now, or is he here? Lagos boss. Okay. The evangelical team should join that announcement. When they are announcing, we'll be sharing the handbill to those who gather around to hear that we are doing welfare tomorrow. At the same time, before the morning section. This program that started since last week is going to end tomorrow. And God is praised in the name of Jesus. I want you to believe in your heart that what I'm about to share is a product of mercy and too much pain. And it must not be given to people. If by accident they hear it and ignore it, allow them. They will stay here on this earth and pay, not in heaven. You people don't know that a lot of pastors who didn't create structure for prosperity, who got things, didn't get it from God. They are calling the name of God in that, but it's not God. Because that way they are running ministry can't connect to that. God will never bless you through prayer. He can't give you inheritance through prayer. It's not possible. It's one of the things I'm going to share in the third. You cannot connect to a being, or you cannot connect to any being through asking. You're going to connect to a being and what the being has through being like the being and relating with the being. So when they say that they ask and God gave them, is a lie. The Bible pattern is building by word of grace, and built by a particular word of grace. Now, why would somebody say that God ignored word of grace and gave him something very big because he asked? Who does that? The collecting point is a relationship point, not an asking point. So when somebody said they ask, they receive because they fasted, they lied. Just like a child, somebody is not your child, and he said you should pay his school fees. Do you pay school fees of everybody? It's impossible. If there must be paying of school fees, there must be relationship. The way it is to man is also how it is to God. Now, but the pastors will declare that relationship does not matter. What matters is that they ask. But they don't understand that like I know deeper than that. Apart from like being part of the heavenly council of the last order. You know, I'm part of the heavenly council of ordinance order. It's not grace and truth. So when the Bible says, if you pray according to God's will, it is trying to refer to building. You know, but they present it to us as we should, that there was too much fasting. It's not correct. So there is a pattern of ministry. I will see a man of God running, and he told me that he got this from God. I know it's not God that gave it to him. Because there should be a building that can connect to inheritance. Now, how did he get inheritance without connecting? Introducing the Lion of Judah from the worldly sanctuary. You know, I used to say it that prayer does not have any price. So is fasting, so is holiness. That is why you've not had it before. That's why you should listen. That is why when people use their life to fast, use their life to pray, use their life to live holy, it's not priceless. It doesn't have any price. They can do it on their own. It doesn't separate us. When they want to get serious, then they ask Yahweh about the light of their value. And then he will tell them how much they will pay. In case you don't know, why fasting, prayer, consecration does not destroy the foundation of evil. It's not possible. It's not possible for you to use prayer and fasting to destroy evil. That is why some of the healing evangelists, who all those Jacob, William Branham, all that, it is still evil that killed them. I say it is still, no, it's evil that killed them. Evil is a nature in a man. Okay, if I say, when the Bible said, John said in John 3:61, that he that is earthly is earthly, he's talking about a man living with evil. A great prophet that is kept down by evil. That's what he was saying. Now, a lot of people, some people, when they see date, I know this I'm telling you because I know there is no date that is from God. So some people make date look spiritual because they can't see that date is evil, and they can't see that date cannot be conquered through prayer. They can't see it. They say, hey, people are dying, let us go and do family deliverance. How? If death can conquer, prayer can conquer death, why would Jesus die? Hebrews chapter 2:14 said, He conquered death through death. It's not even that he died that I'm talking. It's the value of the person who died. Because there is another, if like John the Baptist is the one that died, death will not still be conquered. That's why this evening before communion, I'm going to still share that it is a being, not the art. Some of us don't care about being, you care about art. And they don't know that everything starts and ends in the being. Up to lineage. It's not possible for the family of Levites to produce a Messiah. Doesn't matter how they try. God will never accept kings from the family of Benjamin or any other tribe, because it is not the art. Huh? It is a being. Now, when I am on this, I'm going to come on it. Now, why I share some things is because I want you to channel your effort properly when you know what matters, and then it will help you to guide in choice making. Jesus, the Son of God, was introduced on earth from a heavenly sanctuary. Because he is the Son of God. But God himself will be introduced from worldly sanctuary. Because Yahweh, God himself, is a being of the earth. I say God is. Is a being of the earth. It is those that didn't know him that started saying that he dwells in heaven. Now, there is something I want to be conscious of. Now I'm talking to you. The moment you say God, what a Christian that will come into the mind of a Christian is to use Jesus' standard. Because the God he knows is Jesus. And when you mention God, he's angry that he's a being of the earth. Say, what do you mean? Because he doesn't know that God has a father, that Jesus has a father who has not come to the earth yet, or who have not manifested among men, so he's not known. But it is his coming that we are waiting for in the second coming of Christ. And that is where we stopped. Now, that second prophecy on second coming has not been fulfilled because we don't know how to come, how he should come. We don't know who we are waiting for. Some people are saying they are waiting for lamb. It's ridiculous. But you don't blame them because they didn't pay. The coming is necessary because there are problems that cannot be solved on earth except he comes. Because the power of the heavenly sanctuary can't solve those problems. I don't know what I'm saying anything. I said the power cannot solve those problems. Now, let me, if I tell you this, I've been saying it. Do you know how much we have been diminished as human beings? Don't even talk about don't say as Christians, because even if you're a Christian, you're still a human being. Do you know how much we have been diminished as Christians because we have not cared about our form, the packaging and all that it can achieve? All that the packaging can achieve, we have not cared about it, and many of us can do more, can do so much if we are taught. We have energy to do much if we are taught. And then, because the heavenly sanctuary is established in grace and truth, is mercy, loving kindness. So is there saying, Jesus, I have done it for you. Live anyhow you are, cry when you have problem, and hand it over to God and be careless. Now those things are born from frustration. It will not lead anywhere. It diminishes the ability of man to apprehend his future from preparation. I don't know what somebody's hearing. I say it. You don't know that one of the platform that create opportunity for young men to live right is understanding of purpose. Try to tell a boy that this is why you are living, this is why you are born, and should do everything to do it. It's more important to him than mere religion. So the boy want to be a medical doctor, he must not smoke, because he has to read. He want to be an engineer, he want to be a lawyer, he has to read. He has to read. He cannot get drunk in the night because he has to do too much reading. How many doctors take alcohol? That's my question. Huh? How many doctors has problem of alcohol? I mean medical doctors. How many medical doctors has problem of alcohol? What about if a medical doctor has problem of alcohol? What do you think that will happen to him if he's not a doctor at all? With all the discipline medicine, the guy will be a wine tapper. And then the process of passing jump and getting up to 300 in the cutoff mark of jump to get medicine in sugar. From 15 years, forced discipline, forced years, and living right into the life of that boy because he want to be a medical doctor. So he had to do a lot of sitting, not for religious sake. The reason there is a lot of hypocrisy is because they didn't introduce purpose to us. They tell us to be religious, and then they didn't point our life to what it can achieve for right living. But if they have done it, we will live right for what we want to be. Did you clap for what I just said? They say you should live it for God, that when you go to heaven. And then when you try, you he said, this God you have been waiting for Kezebon. You need to live your life. It is not possible for the process that produces Son of God to be more powerful than the process that produces God. It's not possible. It's not possible for I would like you to listen. You see, just like we're in the Southeast, it will not be possible for pastors to have discipline. Because what the church presented even in Bible school, does not enforce discipline, does it? I'm asking us. Huh? Does the curriculum of pastor, does it enforce discipline? And how can it enforce it when it has not pointed to the practical things of life, instead of it point to religion? You look at the young man that came out of the university and he want to be a pastor, he's very ambitious. And then you're pointing him that the reason he abandoned engineering work he did to serve God is because he want to be in heaven. How? That thing you're telling him cannot stabilize him in serving God. There must be something he's looking at that produces hope for grace. Because he is on earth. He want to have a car. He want to have a good house. He want to buy for his wife what they want to buy. And this thing is like a desire he can overcome. A desire it is more real to him than heaven. How do you make a young man ignore something that is more real to him than the heaven that is far? Somehow he falls back into what he wants. I don't know what I'm saying something. Huh? If Yahweh is meant to be introduced from a worldly sanctuary, then we will not stand up here after this program and try to do any other thing with another sanctuary. Not in 2025. It will start from observation. What I mean is, Christian, what are you even living for? Why are you living the way you want to live? This is what I want to be in life, and am I following the road that lead to it? Now, worldly sanctuary compels men to ask this. This problem in the family need to die. What should I do as a human being? How do I fashion my life as a human being to decimate it? Not that you have prayed, that you're waiting on God. Because it is not a spirit that caused it. And it's not a spirit that will solve it. In 21:3 and 4 of the book of Revelation, the God himself, that a tabernacle there is a sanctuary. Worldly. The people there are people of that sanctuary. Huh? The God there is the God of that sanctuary. The strength that the people have and the God has is the strength of that worldly sanctuary that can conquer death and then end sorrow. In other words, if the Lion of Judah is not introduced from the worldly sanctuary, pain cannot stop with the church. The church, activity of the church cannot end pain. That is why the church does not know Lion of Judah. They know Lamb of God. They don't know ordinance. That is why they don't understand the value of things. They don't understand the value of things because that is why prosperity is difficult for them. Even some people who have tendency of great value smashed it for the sake of religion. Ignore their personal values because they don't understand that God cannot function on earth until somebody that has value to introduces him. So value is everything. I don't know what I'm saying. I say therefore value. It's everything. if value is everything, why do we have to play down on value for the sake of religion? If this meeting ends, everybody will leave this camp through the means he can afford. That is value. Now, if you're going to leave this camp through the value, through the means you can afford, and it is individual, why will you now use something that is designed to elevate your value, make it free? Why will you not despise the opportunity you have to be more valuable, since life on earth makes demand on value? But the church doesn't care. We come to the church, we come as a church, and then pretend, and then in our heart we love value because we are men. The last thing a man will do is to ignore glory. It's impossible on earth, because man is a being of glory. And you know something? Dangote is not being replaced. Since about 11 years, has it been replaced? Now, why it is possible is the being. He inherited a discipline of a mentality that knows how to keep money from the lineage. What I mean is, please listen to this, please. I'm begging you to listen to this. He came from a family that understand saving things, including money. There is nowhere anything became big without saving. There is nowhere any life became honorable without saving. And I'm still, before I start coming over here today, it's even fact, I start taking this in short, because I still want to come after the being and not being, not the art. I'm still want to come to saving in another dimension, like what I just said. If we say saving, it look like something very big. It look like, but why right that place you are sitting? If you understand saving, you will not be looking around and be saying some things when prayer is going on. You see, because when we pray for 2 hours and we are all inside here, there are people that didn't pray up to 20 minutes in 2 hours. Maybe you don't understand. Inside this hall. I said in 3 hours, they didn't pray up to 30 minutes. But prayer is going on. You see, because their heart is not captured to have focus. Somebody. There is. They will drag to checking their phone. They will drag to say, They are dragged to monitor somebody who is praying. Because their life is not saved. And 3 hours has passed. So the number of minutes he contributed to prayer in 3 hours is not up to 20 minutes concentration. Church, why are you looking at me? Do you believe in what I said is true? Huh? The soul that did it does not understand saving. Somebody who did it. He will go to where they're selling books there and he didn't buy anything. And don't make no ego. You understand what I'm saying? This guy man over again. And don't man no ego and don't man no chori iga. Church, why are you laughing? There are some things when I say, some people tell some shame and some things about them. I say, how? I'm trying to tell you something I'm seeing with my eyes as prayer is going on. If not for malice, I will call somebody now, ask how long I pray. Some of you are looking at me now, I'll call you and ask you how long I pray since today. Because I already know that you're moving around in this way, you've not prayed much. But you're enjoying yourself. Now, you see, you're happy because your friends are around, you know, familiar faces. It's enough for you, you're just happy that those you love they have come there, everybody's around. You just get happy, you say, look, the Lord, you know, this meeting is. Some people, it makes more meaning to them than they even come. It's one of the major reasons they come. If the reason is 1, 2, 3, 4, it must be there. They have to see, that this person just arrived. You know, the matter, but it's fine. In 37 of Ezekiel, from 26, talking about a type of tabernacle. (37:26). Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with thee, shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will bless them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary
in the midst of them forevermore.
What type of sanctuary? Worldly sanctuary. Introducing the Lion of Judah. Then the sanctuary there is a being. It's also a, you know, when you say God built a man. No, God built a spirit, built a man, and then the man built building. So in all these buildings, they are all sanctuaries. If you like, call them tabernacles. Now in 27 he said, and the tabernacle, he came up and said that he came back and called it something he just called sanctuary. He came in 27 and now call it tabernacle. Then he said, my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yes.
I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
God cannot be their God without a sanctuary. So the face God wear is controlled by the nature of that sanctuary. By the nature of that sanctuary. The sanctuary is, so I said, it is a worldly, only a worldly sanctuary can present the face of God. You see, God takes the nature of things to show dominion. And if God cares about nature, which is a major issue, we should care about it more. Because if the nature is not there, the purpose cannot be accomplished. I say if the nature is not there, for instance, you cannot introduce God from sanctuary that is the Lion of Judah, from the sanctuary that is built for the Lamb. Then the Bible says there that, and the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel,
when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
Now, when you look at the word sanctified there is not really talking about cleansing or the literal meaning of sanctify we talk about. No, it's not that type of sanctify. It's talking about improving value. The worldly sanctuary of the Lion of Judah offer a higher value to men. The teaching, the preparation, when God is insisting that my friend, build according to pattern, he's talking about regulation. There is a way you have to build it if I can inhabit, if I must inhabit it. Now, some people, when the man wanted to marry you, did you consider his tabernacle? The tabernacle that make up his revelation, the way he thinks, his strength of discipline, tenacity of hard work, the way he look at things that generally define his person. And then, how do you improve it? And then instead of improving that being, we're talking about what we get from the being. You don't know that new things does not happen until a thought is influenced. Now, we need the major thing that God does when you meet a being of value, like when we met Jesus, he tried to bring a value that is stronger than the law. Now we are going to meet the lion. He tried to bring a value that the lamb cannot provoke from us. For instance, the external ordinance enforces man's contribution and insists that the best should come out of man. That the best should come out of man. The man should try and work hard and produce the best. That is the worldly sanctuary. Because he tried to say to man, everything God will be on earth, he will be that from you. So give him your best. So you start looking at what else can you do to be better than who you are already. You are a mother or a father. You have not carefully looked at the life of your children and see what you can do to produce the best from them. Because God needs their best. Don't do that from religion. Now, the worldly sanctuary, the worldly sanctuary that can introduce the lion has ability to produce the best from men. So when you're talking about tabernacle, you're talking about worldly sanctuary. You're talking about a sanctuary that has ability. Because of what the sanctuary is insisting on. And somebody said, no, it's not what the way I am that matters. It's that I'm getting money. No. The money you want to get need to be guided by value. I don't want to jump these two scriptures. 2032. I want to point out the word builder. That is what you are giving people. What you used to build. What you used to build. What people used to build. Don't forget that I have a lot of lists here and I can't take all of them. But what I am talking now is very important to me, because since when I came, I didn't get to this one. I get to this holy sanctuary in the process of being here. Is it not? Huh? Huh? And have I not advanced you since that time? Huh? And why do you say too much? Huh? You didn't have understanding of holy sanctuary, but you have heard about it. Huh? So out of the things I teach, which one is most striking that made meaning to you? All I have said about what this sanctuary, I've said it in so many ways. The God of the earth, the priest, the altar, the throne. I'm talking the same thing from different perspectives. So what is catchy on it that it touched you in it? Now let me help you. So let me help you in it. Each time you see I'm talking about holy sanctuary, I'm insisting on pattern. I'm insisting. Whether it's the altar, whether it is the throne, whether it's the tabernacle, there must be pattern. If this place we're trying to read, listen, if the life is not pattern to conquer death, death will never be defeated. So you don't use prayer to take away death from families. What I'm trying to tell you is, I don't know, it's not good to say it here, or somebody will say, but I will still say it. Sometimes I will say, there are people that left Lagos, I'm late. Sometimes I've said it, some people have had it, maybe like an Aja. Do you know why I say it? When I look at the pattern of their life, I just know that they will be nothing by any means. They will not be anything by any means. They will not be anything by any means. And then you bring them to pastor's seat. If you bring them, have you ever fellowship with their thought? Now, some people, that thought is doomed, and we are doing magic. How? God must pass through it. If anything must happen. Excuse me, God must pass through that thought. He has to. He must pass through that character. God has to pass through that character. He must. And then if you are aware we pass through it, why are you ignoring it? The God is talking about is a God of that character. Because you don't know that your guardian angel is the improved you that look like you, the spiritual being that have existed. Is a being that reason like you. Yes. Which God does not have any means to utter. Because he existed before you were born. So he can't be uttered. And why will you see the guardian angel of a man and you're expecting him to be something else. Is it not those guardian angels that wounded this land? Why they came from, where they fell from heaven, they get women pregnant for their valuelessness. And people who are not in charge of themselves are born. Not only they are born, those spirits guide them. So when you hear guiding angel, you're not talking about something that is always good. No, that's another version of it. The guardian angel is not spiritual. Don't forget that it's an angel in good people. Actually, the name angel is that it's a guardian angel in good people because it's ordinance. It can also be weak. Some of our guardian angel, we need deliverance from them. That's a big part of it. Somebody, Jude said, okay. Don't you know that some people who went to where they are taking alcohol, it was the guardian angel that led them. And you know, when the man finished drinking, the guardian angel started teaching him song. Oh, excuse me. All these drunkards that sing song, you don't know someone is teaching them. Something is inspiring them. Something inspires them. Now don't forget that some of those people, they cannot sing until they are tipsy, until they are drunk. Now when they finish drinking, like when we're here, they will be singing in the night and saying that they are going home, that God has blessed the day. I'll go by 11. You just wake up and going to urinate. You see a man that is drinking and staggering home and say that God has blessed the night. I'll go through the song. Yeah, because of the guardian. The guardian angel was there with him going. That is what the Christian they call Chineke mad. In that 2032, Pastor Immortal, I'm going to leave you quickly. Time is running away. Yes. Acts of Apostle chapter 20:32, it says, I commend you to God and word of his grace,
which is
able to build you
to give you an inheritance
among
sanctified.
Now, if you look at John the Baptist was not connected to inheritance because he didn't have a building that should do that. Now, there is a word of grace here that is different for the church, different from the word of grace of the lion, which is vengeance. Two of them accomplish it, two different buildings for different inheritance. But then, according to the Spirit. So whatever God will accomplish will be determined by the Spirit that represents him on earth. Now, the pain of the church is not the pain of the church is not being able to separate the lamb from the lion. I don't know whether someone is hearing me. I said not being. Yes. Because if they know that the lamb has accomplished, is seated, they will know that the lion is going to come with another purpose The worldly sanctuary. Now, please hear me. The value of the worldly sanctuary, you should interpret it from the 2,000 years it took from men for God to take something from men to build it. The 2,000 years it took. It took. Yes. Because it is a product of continuous effort of the church from the platform of the lamp. Because it is manifested from the heavenly sanctuary to improve it. So the worldly sanctuary is an improved version of the heavenly sanctuary. Just like the lion came as an improved version of the lamp. When the lamp is improved, you cannot go back to the lion. I mean, it is improved into the lion. You can't go back. Because the lion manifested from 2,000 years of effort that must not be denied. Progressively. So, and can you hear this? Whether it is a revelation or the thought, that when you hear thought, you talk about theology and brightness. You cannot. It is not possible for us to frontier the thought of grace and truth when the lion is already teaching new thought that can help us to be better human beings. Did you clap hand for it, Joseph? So he's trying to say, don't make it religious. Mind who you are. Keep what you have. Establish your destiny through it. Get the best from yourself. I need you to prosper you. Don't hand over your challenges to me and ignore yourself. I will need what you provide for me to solve your problem. That is a better thought. Now, when somebody is with that thought, he will not relapse into this depression that said, I've been serving God since how many years? And what has he given me? Excuse me, that is a church person. That God has abandoned her on him. If he knows that God will need her or him to contribute to whatever she expects God will do, if God didn't bless her, she will take responsibility for not being blessed. Then she will not be discouraged. Did you clap hand for what I just said? Now some people think that pastorality is a dumping ground. So they wake up in the morning, they don't assess their contribution to their life, not even God. You didn't hear what I said? I said they don't. Their contribution to their personal lives. What am I even making out of myself? I can do this to help my life. Why am I not doing it? Somebody who is in that way cannot be depressed. Put your hand together for Jesus. I've left it. This altar you see here, these 5 slabs wasn't built for the lamp. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you look at the hose, here, this thing you see, like hose, age, it represents incense and candle in future. This thing you see. It represents candle. And when you say, IUP, I say, Izuzu Jeviru. You're not singing for the lamb. Hello, Jeje. If you were in Catholic, when a big man die in Catholic and they want to honor him, they bring children and they do what is called Holy Mass. Have you heard it before? What do they call it? High Mass. Is it not High Mass? In Cali, did they do High Mass for everybody? Huh? Why is it that those that didn't do it for get angry? Why didn't they get angry if they don't do it? I'm asking you. Somebody died, they didn't do it. Another person died, they did it. Why didn't the family of those that didn't do it for leave the church? I'm asking us. Huh? Huh? Does it not take strength to tell somebody you're not qualified? In Pentecostal church, will you do it? That is ordinance. It's one of the reasons why Catholic has gone far. He said that their father has been that church since. He has been there since. And now, they didn't do high mass. Then the altar boys will start. Huh? Do you know why they do it? Why they contribute incense and do high mass? Is because they are saying to the man that died, you should travel quickly to get to where you're going. They are removing obstacle in the journey of the man. That is the essence. Oh, you don't know? I was sharing about what happened with, is it Ogonkoko police justice. One day his wife and daughter came to my office in Lagos, and I was about to pray. Justice came. He came there from the grave and said to me, say, Shepherd, you don't know what it took me to bring my wife to office. He said, you don't know what it took me to what? He said, you don't know what? He said, what I want you to do now, I succeeded in bringing them, is to tell them what I'm saying. I said, tell me what you want me to hear. The man told me two things. He said, I should tell the wife that the journey he started, since that time they buried him, that has not gone far. He said, there are so many enemies on the way. Because they are Anglican, they don't keep mass. He said, I should tell his wife that I should help, the wife should bring a gift to the altar to make way for him to travel. And then number two, that I should tell his wife, because he's a lawyer, justice now, big lawyer, that I should tell his wife that the light of the law that they trusted does not do much where he's going. That his children should divert to the light that matters. So why would somebody pay if the Catholic priest will accept money for high mass? Why wouldn't you pay anything? And okay, in Catholic, did they tell you that's why they do it? Huh? So why do they do it? What is the reason they do it? I'm asking us now. If somebody died and they say they are doing high mass, what did they tell you they are doing it for? Huh? That? Yes. No, they do it for the journey. That's the only reason it's done. There are cherubs you come with it. They enlist in the highway to take a man's body to take, you'll be there. Like when I talk about the travel of spirits. Why that fire? Those children that born with fire going, when the obstacles see them, they keep on going. They will run away. And then they will keep helping the cops. The man that's already, they will lead him far. The place they can lead that dead man in 30 minutes of high mass. 3 years he has not crossed those enemies on his own. Don't you know that ability to do it is why Catholic is stronger than Anglican? What does Anglican know about high mass? Because their priest doesn't have power over the realm of the spirit. They are already worldly, they are already carnal. When the cherubs will say, they ask us to take him. That is a worthy man. At that point, you don't say that the man is a sinner, because I've been declared just with that sound. That is why some places, that's why some men don't attend some burials. You see, because if they go, the dead will be honored. I said, no, the dead will be honored. It's just like somebody died, and those who understand the spiritual things didn't attend. They will bring of rich men. I say all manner of rich men came, governor came, president came. Excuse me, those people that came there have nothing to contribute to the journey of the dead. What they are trying to do is to honor somebody who is already dead on earth. They didn't invite spiritual people who can make the journey of the person who died to go fast. And the person that is dead is there with them, and is in pain. Because the big ceremony and the big burial doesn't matter to him anymore. He's already on a journey. The journey he can't avoid. He wants a quickener. So when they bring flames of incense and candles into the heavens, the cherubs, not angels now, the cherubs lift the coffin, declare him holy. Do you know what it means for cherubs to carry the body of a dead man? Because of the living, what they did for the living, to honor the man that is dead, because the living compelled them. There is too much of respect for great men in the realm of the spirit. I was telling somebody, I said, allow your son to be a priest, not this type. You see, because sometimes if pastors are weak, they discourage others who can do much. But priesthood is wonderful. It's awesome. It's great. Nothing is better. You cannot joke with a man that can compel cherubs to do the unusual. The worldly sanctuary of the last heaven. There is no chance for the enemy to come